Today, I wanted to share the 6 root acne triggers that you have to understand to clear your acne from the inside out and how to address them in a system that actually targets what we want to. You've tried every topical routine your dermatologist has ever recommended, every antibiotic. You've probably recently come off the pill, spironolactone. You've done Accutane at least once. And you're starting to realize that you have been treating all of the symptoms of the problem almost with like Band-Aids, right? Putting Band-Aids over the issue as opposed to getting to the root of what's causing your acne in the first place. That sound right? But that being said, even though you know none of this is the right path for you anymore, you are petrified to stop any of it because you are so scared of what your skin is going to look like if you do. I remember feeling that way, especially about coming off the pill because of how my skin would react. I knew that within 30 to 60, 90 days of coming off the birth control pill, my acne would freak out. But that being said, once I followed a customized framework based on my root acne triggers, my skin cleared naturally in 30 days and has been clear ever since. This 6-part framework is the system I have used to help over 1,000 clients over the past 12 years feel confident in their skin again for the first time, leave the house without makeup, and just be able to live their lives again. Emma started teaching fitness classes with zero makeup on. Julie traveled extensively while keeping her skin clear, and Sarah kept up her super busy school work schedule while clearing her acne holistically. And today I wanted to share the 6 root acne triggers that you have to understand to clear your acne from the inside out and how to address them in a system that actually targets what we want to. We also go deeper into these 6 root acne triggers in our Clear Skin Blueprint Masterclass. So if you want the link for that, type Masterclass below and we'll send that over to you so you can grab the link and watch that video now. But that being said, here are the 6 root acne triggers that you must know to finally clear your acne for good. Trigger number 1 are blood sugar management issues. And let's talk about the science quickly. So quick science. When your blood sugar level spikes and crashes, your body releases insulin, and this increased insulin paired with elevated levels of insulin-like growth factor 1 stimulates oil production in the skin and dead skin cell turnover, which are both major mechanisms in acne. Really simply put, now it's the science. Really simply put, skipping meals, eating a lot of refined carbohydrates, so breads, pastas, muffin, cookies, frequently snacking on higher sugar foods, high sugar drinks, and or going on highly restrictive diets, believe it or not, can all cause all of these blood sugar domino challenging effects that negatively impact your skin. When you focus on adding in real food, real protein, good complex carbohydrates, vegetables, fruits, daily in a way that you can sustain, it sets off this domino effect from a blood sugar perspective that really supports clear skin. Action steps you can take today are to have a healthy protein and fat within 1 hour of waking, having a lot of fiber, and then minimizing simple carbs, because once you start to stabilize your blood sugar, it almost becomes the foundation for all the other acne triggers we're going to talk about. Acne trigger number 2 is the gut-skin axis. Quick science. When your gut is inflamed or you have dysbiosis or increased intestinal permeability, you'll see systemic inflammation, immune activation, and even hormone dysregulation, all of which feeds acne. And this is particularly relevant for you if you've ever been on the birth control pill for a long period of time. If you've taken any type of long-term antibiotic or birth control pill, spironolactone, Accutane, you have potentially negatively impacted your gut microbiome, and it needs to be repaired for clearer skin. And actually, in a large study of over 186,000 acne patients, they found that people with moderate to severe acne were more likely to have GI health problems compared to those without. If you struggle with gut health, and by struggle, I mean you don't go to the bathroom consistently, you struggle with looser stools, so like more diarrhea versus constipation, or you struggle with just one of those 2 things consistently, or you're on the birth control pill, Accutane, spironolactone, and you know that these things are linked to your acne, I want you to check out the gut skin axis video that I posted recently. I will link to it via the link below. And I really want you to watch that video. It's long and involved, but it helps you understand why gut skin stuff is so complex. I also want you to think about your gut health. I'm really into metaphors today with what I'm about to share. Like, think about your gut like the roots of a tree. Okay, if the roots are like really tangled and inflamed and unorganized and not healthy, the leaves that are sprouting out of this tree aren't going to be healthy as well. And when your gut skin barrier breaks down, it sends inflammatory signals all the way from your gut to your skin. So your gut is one of your largest organs, to your skin. I think your skin is the largest organ on your body. Your oil glands overreact. Everything gets funky. No one is happy. In my Acne Clear program, Clear Code, we focus on the DGIN method. So basically, we're focusing on all aspects of digestion to address this gut-skin axis. So digestion, intestinal permeability, assimilation of nutrients, removal of nutrients. There's so many factors that impact gut health, which makes it really complex and why you should watch that video. When you fundamentally heal this root acne trigger, you actually set up your skin to heal faster because gut health can have such an inflammatory negative impact on your skin. When things are going well, it can have such a positive kind of, again, domino effect on your skin as well. The third trigger are hormonal imbalances. Quick science. Hormones, so androgens like testosterone, DHT, estrogen, progesterone, have direct control over sebaceous glands, so your oil glands on your face, keratinocyte behavior, inflammation, and immune response. So what that means is that your hormones deeply impact your pores. We know this, and I think, a lot of times this process is really simplified by just saying, oh, hey, take the birth control pill. Obviously not that simple, however, because let's say you take it, but you need to come off. You want to start a family, you don't like the side effects, or you're on something like spironolactone that lowers testosterone, but again, you want to start a family, you don't like the side effects. What do you do then, right? And I know I was so scared to stop taking the pill because I knew that at 2 to 3 months out, my skin was really not going to be happy, which is usually a result of just rising testosterone and estrogen levels. That's also why I definitely counsel you, if you're on the pill currently, but you want to come off, start a nutritional plan that supports natural acne healing prior, like 30 to 60 days, so that you've really focused on addressing some nutrient deficiencies, constipation, estrogen dominance that you're most likely struggling with on the pill before you come off, so that your experience is seamless as opposed to like really jarring. And I want to have a quick caveat about this. I do not recommend hormonal tests, hormonal panels to identify what's going on from a hormonal acne perspective. They're a quick snapshot in time, and our hormones literally fluctuate throughout the month. So you really want to focus instead on diagnostic patterns, how your skin is looking mid-cycle, pre-period, etc., as opposed to just one snapshot in time. The fourth acne trigger is topical misuse. And the quick science is that most women with persistent acne fall into this trap of over-treating your skin. They're using too many aggressive cleansers, too many actives like acid, retinol, benzoyl peroxide, too much exfoliation, and it damages the skin barrier, which increases irritation and inflammation. It usually makes your acne worse. And because I'm into metaphors today, clearly, think of your top layer of your skin, like your barrier, like the wallpaper of a house, okay? If you just keep trying to strip the wallpaper and apply new wallpaper without addressing the fundamental instabilities in the foundation, so the core root acne stuff, the hormones, the blood sugar, the gut health, you might maybe get, a quarter of the way to where you want with your skin, but you're never going to get totally there. You still have to address the foundation. So the topical stuff is really a piece of the puzzle, but it's still integral. And I want you to keep in mind too that it's not the amount of topicals, but more strategically when, how, and why you're using them that matters. Fundamentally, I know a lot of us, I remember I used to think I just want to attack my skin with topicals, right? I would use everything. I would have used a moisturizer. I just wanted to dry it out because it was so oily, itchy, irritating. But that is not the best action plan for you. You want to simplify your skincare routine, okay? We're talking gentle cleanser, barrier repair, gentle actives to address your breakouts. Because when your barrier is intact, everything works better, things are much calmer. I personally truly think that 3 to 4 products max are the ideal amount of products for your skin. So again, a gentle cleanser at night, gentle moisturizer, gentle active like an exfoliant like a BHA or something, or even a retin-A, a tretinoin, something like that, but that's it. You don't need 42 toners or serums. You don't need to use them 3 times a day. Keep it simple. The fifth acne trigger is stress management. Quick science, stress is a real physiological trigger for acne. So via the cortisol-adrenal axis, increased androgens, increased sebum production, systemic inflammation, immune dysregulation, and skin barrier impairment, all of these create the perfect storm from an acne perspective. But I want you to take away this one detail. Number one, actually 2 details, sorry. Number 1, stress does impact your acne. But number 2, in my experience, what I see is that stress is the final straw that breaks the camel's back. It is never the main reason you are breaking out. I was stressed out a few days ago. I don't have acne. It is always the straw that breaks the camel's back. Also, for someone like you who is driven, high achieving, you go fast, you get things done, I have a feeling that your stress is more chronic than acute. Correct me if I'm wrong. And by chronic, and acute versus acute, I mean like it's constant. Like you feel, and I don't even want to necessarily say that you like feel consciously stressed, but you operate at a really high level every day in your life and you want to accomplish a lot, which means there's a lot of pressure, which again is fantastic, right? You want to live an amazing life, but you have to find a way to define really great sleeping and waking schedules, really great working out schedules, really great movement, mind, body stuff for you that also fills your cup back up. Because otherwise, when you're running on this like stress hormones thing, it's tricky. Focusing on these specific techniques for you that work for you can be so powerful. And also though too, let's say you're working on all the other things and your skin is getting better, but you're highly stressed out, it will become really hard for you to get like over the finish line, if that makes sense. Again, it's always that like last straw. Stress is never the cause, but it's always a deeply contributing factor. The sixth root acne trigger that is deeply contributing to your skin challenges is overall inflammation and or chronic inflammation. And the quick science behind this is that inflammation is a common denominator running through all of these other triggers. So it deeply impacts so many of these other challenges. And when you're dealing with chronic low-grade inflammation, your skin is in this constant reactive state. So your breakouts are going to last longer. And again, metaphors, a million of them today, clearly. I want you to think of inflammation as like the soil that acne seeds get planted in, okay? If this soil has a lot of toxins, too much sugar, digestive issues, hormonal imbalances, any seeds, so anything that's showing up in your skin is going to be a result of that environment. So think about overall inflammation as like, again, this environment, this house that you and your skin are living in. If the house isn't doing well, highly inflamed, chronically stressed, all of these different things, it leads to just an exacerbation of your acne. Lowering inflammation on that note is tricky. I include this as part of your root acne triggers because it is, but it's the trickiest one to directly impact, which is why I always focus on the other 5 mainly, because when you focus on these 5 root acne triggers and you address those, it naturally lowers inflammation as a byproduct. And when you have the tools to really pull them all together, you'll see a big shift. Speaking of tools, we have a Clear Skin Masterclass that I would love for you to check out. I share my journey to addressing all 6 of these root acne triggers at the same time in a specific framework so that you're really getting your root causes addressed via the plan that you decide on to clear your skin. And I talked too about how I went from broken out for over 15 years to completely clear in 30 days with just food. I ditched all of the DIY diets and I followed this specific clear code framework that I created to help me clear my skin faster than ever. So if you want to watch that, comment masterclass below and we'll send you over the link. And thank you so much for being here. If you know someone who would benefit from this video, please send this over to them and make sure you subscribe and hit the like button to be notified when I post a new one. See you in the next one. Bye.